right, it actually does have a key, so we're good there. Man, this is so exciting to me because it's like brand new car on the unknown. You don't know what's going on. So here's the story on this thing. It is pretty dirty. I mean, there's like stuff everywhere, but there's no smells. It smells good in here, so we're good there. So this is an auction car, and there was 3 things. 1 was a battery, that was bad. 2, it said gasket, and 3, it said bad fuel pump. So it doesn't start, and that's all I know. It looks like they tried to do some diagnosis at the auction, I guess. Here is the battery that was recently replaced. Again, another filthy engine bay. People just don't keep these clean. And so you look here, you see the seat is pulled, and the fuel pump is kind of covers off. The moral of the story is this could go one of 2 ways. The first way is the engine is bad. Like, that's the reason it doesn't start, but they assumed that like the fuel pump is bad. I see that a lot where people assume one thing, but it's something totally, something else. So worst case scenario, the timing belt could be broken, and the car will crank, or at least try to. You should be able to hear the valves are broken, but it'll crank, but it won't start. Now, I haven't started, I haven't done anything yet, so we'll just have to cross our fingers and hope that this thing cranks with compression. We got a problem somewhere else. Best case scenario, it is the fuel pump or something electrical, but my question is, why didn't they just fix the pump if it was that minor of a problem? So we'll see. It's got some bra in here that was installed ages ago. The paint is like insanely in need of treatment, but it's a California car. There's no rust, there's no corrosion, nothing crazy going on. We got a real clean car here. We've got power. Mirrors and everything are working. Got 205,000 miles, which is not a big deal. But here's the moment of truth. You heard it here first. Sounds like we got great compression. That is a huge relief. That tells me nothing's broken and damaged, and we either have a air, fuel, or spark problem, and we're gonna figure it out. Turns out this is just the valet key. There's no trunk button, and this key does not unlock anything. So that sucks. We're gonna have to get a master key at some point. But I took a gander in here, and we've got brand new in the bag floor mats. The gift that just keeps on giving. I can reach in here and unhook the safety latch and get in the trunk that way. We've made it to the engine active test section, and here is the fuel pump. Control the fuel pump. So this is going to allow us to turn it on, turn it off, test it. You'll see down here it says off, and then it says on. And I don't hear anything. Off. I heard a click. I heard a click somewhere, but that fuel pump is not turning on. Here's our fuel pump. Here's our power and ground. And these 2 terminals on the bottom are your power and ground. So listen here. Yeah, they short out. You hear like a clunk in the tank, and then that's it. So my guess is the fuel pump really is bad, which is very odd. You can try to crank up the voltage a little bit higher, but if it's seized, yeah, this thing's just seized up. So this might be it. This might be it, guys. So Land Cruiser is sold, taken for a final couple drives, but we are here in kind of salvage yard alley. We've located a fuel pump for the LS430, and we're gonna pick that up and hopefully get that thing running today. Alright, shout out to Atlas Auto here, coming in clutch with the fuel pump assembly. Check that out. We talked a bit about the Land Cruiser because it's so awesome, but let me head back or throw this in and try to get this thing started. Alright, on the way back, so the Land Cruiser is sold. They're picking it up about a week from now, so it's kind of my last hurrah with the truck. Just putting a little bit more miles on it just to make sure you know, nothing pops up, no problems with the truck before the long drive back to Pacific Northwest this one's going to. So I haven't had any issues with this one. It's just been super reliable, ice cold AC. I love it. I love it. I haven't seen another manual either in auction. It's kind of like a once in every 6 months opportunity that one comes up that's a manual trans. So it'll be a little bit sad to see this one go, but you know, got to make room for more. That's just how it goes. Okay, got the new pump in here. Sorry for the lighting, but it's in there. And we will do a test. Ta-da! So that's done. Now let's see, make sure this thing drives, shifts, all that, and then we'll start cleaning everything, the engine bay, the paint, and then put her up for sale. We drained the pan, and the pan looks a little interesting. I don't know if it got crushed a little bit in the center or what's going on, but one of the most often asked questions I get is when you're doing a WS change, everyone says, well, why can't you just drain it and then measure it and put back what you drained? Well, when you drain this pan, you're supposed to get about 3 quarts out. We only got 48 ounces, which is about 1.5 quarts. So where is the other 1 quart to 1.5 quarts of fluid that was supposed to come out of here? You don't know the history of the car unless you owned it from new. You don't know if somebody tried to do it themselves or put in the wrong fluid or not enough fluid, but this is a perfect example of why you can't just drain it and fill what you took out, especially if you're expecting 3 quarts. This isn't too bad. It looks dark, but it's not all that bad from, you know, comparing to previous videos. So there's 2 things you could do at this point. You could now just put in about 3 quarts, which would probably get you close. And then what you'd have to do is you'd have to warm up the car to 15 degrees, and then use the check hole here. And then once fluid starts trickling out, then you're good. And then obviously the fill is on the other side. We've went over that in prior videos. Next up is this interior carpet. As you can see, there is some dirt and wear and staining on the carpet. So I've got a diluted spray bottle here, and then we've got P&S double black carpet bomber upholstery and carpet cleaner. Did I say that right? Yeah. So this you get pretty cheap on Amazon for this giant jug, and then you simply dilute it down, typically 5 or 8 to 1. And then we've got a bristle brush on a drill to agitate the carpet, and then we will extract this with what we have. Okay, so we will get this going. This is a citrus base cleaner, so you're not going to be stinking anything up with it. It's leaking everywhere, so it's probably loose on top. Then we're going to use our drill. Go over this carpet really well into these fibers. Something like that, and I'll obviously do this more off camera, but you get the idea. And you'll know that most of my videos involve a lot of different skills, but I'm not very specific or educated on all of them. I just use a lot of different techniques and put them to the test. So I'm not a professional detailer, I'm not a car washer, I'm not a buffer, you know, I'm not an interior cleaner, but I know enough to get the right things in the process to make it, you know, acceptably clean and ready to go. Here I've got a Bissell Little Green. This is filled with hot water, no chemical solution in here. And we're just going to use this to extract everything out of the carpet. So what we'll do, turn it on, and if I get a light going here, the button will spray hot water down. And you can see it extracts anything left behind. This is by no means the top-of-the-line one or a hot steaming one like you can get for commercial use, but it'll work for something like this, light duty, and you just basically extract until the liquid inside of here is clear. And this dirty floor carpet area will be perfectly clean once we're done. 2 tankfuls through. Not looking bad at all. I'm happy with that. You could sit here all day and you'll probably still get dirty water out of there, but that's some good progress. Day 2 of the fabric. Everything's drying up pretty nice. There's still some dirt in that upper left corner. You can see a little bit browning, but there was a ton of extraction done up there. And then obviously spots like behind the gas pedal, a little tricky. You need special attachments to get back there, but we'll pull it outside and we'll start cleaning the outside. First thing we're going to do, power on our new pressure washer here and spray the car down just to get some that old dirt and grime off. A lot of this you see is just year-old dirt. Obviously we have to fix that. You can see there's an old bra here. It's pretty weathered. This is the unit I picked up off Amazon. I got the link in the description. Pretty nice. It's really quiet and it seems to do a decent job for the price. So today I'm using the Chemical Guys Big Mouth foam cannon here. And Adam's Mega Foam. And I think I'm going to use about 2 ounces of the Mega Foam, 2 or 3 in here, and then the rest water. See what happens. Got the foam cannon all hooked up here. That's really it. Just let the foam do the work. And then I like this brush with the, I think I talked about this one last time, the nanoskin with like the, whatchamacallit, clay bar top, sort of. Definitely, because it's so dirty, you should really just do one little section at a time, because you'll need a bucket of cold water to wash this off. Good soapage still on there. Feel free to reapply. Look how well this comes off though. That's awesome. Alright, let's see how the first rinse goes. Pretty impressive. Not half bad. We'll spin it around and then I'll do the other side, but this is pretty good job. I'm impressed. We're done for now. We beat the sun. Obviously the bra is an issue. Might have to buff out or just leave it, I guess. It is what it is. But looking pretty good. I did get a replacement cup holder here. Remember that was broken. I just got this one. Not brand new, but pretty close. So we'll pop that in, fix that. I'm also gonna finish up the carpet on this side. Kind of these little cracks. I don't know what I'm gonna do about in here, but that's done. I'll do the mats next. And then clean up under here, some sticky stuff on the under the seats, and then do the rear, and then pictures. We're pretty much done. Here we are, final product. These took a ton of time. The carpet's probably 30 minutes at least per section. So, I mean, 2 hours between the front and the back. But we got it all done. It's all cleaned up. We got a new cup holder in here. There's a little bit of damage here, but that's, you know, what are you gonna do? So everything looking nice. It's weird being on the left side of the car now, because I'm used to the driver's side being on the right. Engine bay's nice and clear, clean. But that's it. The audio doesn't work. The amp is common to go out on these, so we gotta throw a new amp in the trunk. But that's a later project. But that's it. New bumper, of course. Unfortunately, just stuff like this happens, and this is why cars end up in auctions. So, new rear bumper here, new parking sensor. And then other than that, we're good to go. You know, it's a solid pickup at the auction. Nothing major wrong, no leaks, just a lot of delayed, prolonged maintenance that hasn't been done. A lot of cleaning. You know, see even this leather here probably needs some more work just to clean it up a little bit better. Seatbelts are a little dirty yet. But yeah, back here, like 30 minutes, and there's still coffee in there. But you know, what are you gonna do? Overall, nice clean car though, no odor, and you know, it's ready for a new customer, or ready for a new buyer. It's a great car, West Coast car. You know, very clean underneath, no rust, corrosion, just the way we like it. So that's it. Oh, I found my screwdriver. Really all we got on this one. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, click the bell so you get all notifications on new videos, and you know, more LS430s.